My dear brothers and sisters, it is another lovely moment that I have thought it wise to share with you some information to do with the politics of this country during these difficult moments when we have witnessed some of the issues and mysteries that we never used to see before. Kenya is a country that we inherited from our forefathers, a country that was in order during that time. I'm saying dating back to 1964. Kenya was a country so many people had admired to live in. But now what is funny, we have found ourselves in a moment when each and every person is dreaming to run away from this country because life has become unbearable. Life has become unbearable in Kenya simply because of the bad leadership that we have. There are so many promises that were given by the leaders we are having at the moment. Pledges that up to date, none has been fulfilled. I don't know what went wrong, and that is why we as Kenyans, we have found ourselves regretting to the mistakes that we may have committed previously. My dear brothers and sisters, the time for us to stamp out the authority that has been vested on us by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission is now or never. I understand each one of you has a voter's card. You must make the best use of that magic card that you've been given by the Electoral Independent and Boundaries Commission in order for us to find people who can transform this country for the better. Life has become unbearable. People are suffering. People have found themselves in situations where even taking our children to school has become an uphill task in a country that by now we should have been feeling happy with. So that is why I have found myself, and I know there are those men of you out there who are equally in a situation or experiencing what I'm undergoing through. We have always made mistakes. People have come during electioneering periods with handouts promising heaven to most of us until we have found ourselves electing those barbaric kind of leaders. Most of them are the ones that have complicated the lives of so many Kenyans in this country of ours. So I don't know what happened. This is the first time in the history of this country that we have had leaders who doesn't understand their roles. Leaders who are gluttonous in nature. leaders who doesn't have any form of vision for the success of this country. That is why many of us are so bitter to the point where we are looking for some other ways of running away from this country. I heard some people somewhere saying that they could have wished 2027 could have been tomorrow. So when I tried to analyze those statements, I came to discover that most Kenyans are feeling humiliated. They are undergoing humiliation at the expense of the people they elected as their own leaders. The very, very, very people who have become monsters in their own lives. So as Kenyans, this is the right time for us to begin and start making some wise decisions, especially when it comes to electioneering period. That is the moment we should be at a position of putting people into leadership positions, people who knows what is supposed to be done. How I wish these people were to know the kind of aspirations that were in those our forefathers who are dead at this moment. Those individuals, they had thought of some other important aspects for this country. They had hoped that each and every citizen of this country were to live a happy life, not what we are experiencing of nowadays. I became so furious just the other day when the vetting exercise was being conducted at Parliament building, a place where we have always had so many individuals going over there, most that don't even understand the mandate they have been taken there to do. I was so surprised to find those guys asking those nominees some very useless questions that cannot help anybody in this country, in the name of them being given those opportunity to do vetting. What they did was so shameful. We are not happy. So the time has come when many of us have been awoken. We have been awoken that when it comes to electioneering period, we are supposed to make wise decisions. That is the moment we shall transform this country for the better. So my dear brothers and sisters, as we are awaiting 2027, try to learn how we are supposed to make wise decisions when it comes to elections. That is the moment we are only supposed to give opportunity only those people who deserves, people who have a heart for the people, somebody who can transform this country for the better. So those are the only people we are supposed to give opportunity to serve as leaders. The others, we are supposed to show them the way. And mind you, they are supposed to start packing whatever that they came into leadership with, because in 2027 we are not going to entertain them anymore.